guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Janelle, aka Jaylana, and today we're going to be talking about braiders and their professionalism. So, you guys, I've mentioned this in pretty much most of my videos that I've done recently that I am a full-time braider. So I'm going to be speaking on both sides of the spectrum because I am a client as well a braider. So I understand all areas that people go through. And it's really, really sucky. Like, the experience just to be cute is a lot. Whether it's braids, a nail tech, lash tech, Brazilian wax specialist, doesn't matter. Like, the entrepreneur services are a lot. So I don't really have a specific order in how I'm going to talk about braiders and their professionalism, but I kind of want to just get feedback from you guys. Since I'm a braider, I'm going to take you guys through my website, and we're basically going to review what my rules are and if they are too much. I don't know. Yeah. But anyway, for those of you who know me, I am a braider in Los Angeles, California, and I used to travel to people's homes for a long time. Like, that was the only thing that I did. I've always done traveling because that was all that I had access to was my car. I didn't have a place to braid because I was at my parents' house and it wasn't allowed, or I wasn't allowed to braid there. So once I got my car, I was able to start driving, and I was able to assist my clients that way. For some reason, I'm getting a little stuffy right now, so if y'all hear me sneezing or my nose sounding a little stuffed up, I don't know, ignore it, I guess. Alright, so I'm on my home page. So, on my home page, this is what you see. It's a $45 deposit. There is no deposit, no appointment. So if I do not receive any money, you are not securing your appointment. So the website that I use is squareup.com. People can access it through Square site or whatever. It's called Beautiful Hair in LA, square.site, whatever. So that's how people access it, through my Instagram via the book now or the link. Now, I've been getting, oh my god, I'm trying to figure out how to make my website easier for my clients, you know, so that they already know of the updates that I'm doing every month, things that are changing, all this, that, and the third. Since I've changed my prices drastically, I stopped how much I've been traveling drastically, and mind you, a lot of my clients were used to me traveling. Then what else did I do? Oh, and then my deposit was increased from $15 to $45. So the reason that I made it $45 is because I've received so many cancellations in November and December that I wasn't going to be able to hold myself afloat to pay my bills and my, you know, and my rent. You know, the necessities that we need to get around in life. And again, this is my full-time job. So the cancellations, when they took place, a lot of them were canceled the morning of, the day before, maybe 2 days before. And sometimes it can be a little difficult to find people to fill in those spots. So that's why I made it $45. And I'm like, yeah, I hope people care about this $45. And I solved that problem. They definitely do. When they cancel, they're like, do I get my deposit back, or can I reschedule another time, whatever. So my rescheduling policy is basically you can reschedule one time using the same deposit. And then if you have to reschedule again, then a new deposit is required, because you're just like saving spots that people could actually be booking and getting their hair done. It's not fair to other people, right? So that's that. And then the deposit is only refundable if I cancel. So it's just like a lot, you know, going on within that one thing. So from the braider perspective, I totally understand. It's like, I live on my own. I live in California. Rent out here for a 500 square foot apartment is like $2,000. 500 square feet, $2,000, no washer and dryer. That's someone's mortgage somewhere else, you know? It's just like, come on guys, like that's the side that I do understand. The customer side, I understand their perspective too. It's like, dang, like I have to pay almost half of my service or a little bit more than, I don't know, 20% just so I can, you know, secure my appointment. But what if something comes up that I can't control? I just lose the deposit? And it's like, yeah, kind of. But in my policy, if you have to reschedule, you can use the same deposit, but you have to reschedule like for a... Now, with my regular clients, I've been trying to get them to read. Reading is so hard, and I know because I hate reading myself, so I can't blame you guys for that. But what I can't do anymore is let a lot of my clients know this is what's going on. Like, I can't do that. When you go on my website, you see that the deposit has changed, and therefore you see where you can send me the money. And then after that, you also see there are more updates for the new year. So I need you guys to read those bold, pink, beautiful, underlined words because it's super important. So basically, if you're scrolling on your phone, you'll basically tap the 3 lines that are in the corner and you'll go to January 22 updates. And therefore, you have more words. Yay! I mean, words aren't fun, but it is what it is. For me, if I'm going to be booking an appointment with something that involves my money, I'm going to make sure I understand all of what I'm signing up for. Therefore, once I send someone my money, it's like, okay, I know I won't get my money back if this, or I know I'll get it back if that. I already know what I'm walking into. A lot of people don't know what they're walking into, and that's when it becomes a more difficult situation, because it's like, if you would have read what was on the website prior to booking your appointment, you would know how the rules work. Come on. So basically here, I am a over explainer. I feel the need to explain myself because sometimes I'm a person that wants to know, like, what's going on? Like, why did this girl do this to us? Like, her prices went up $40, $60. Like, that's a lot. That's a big jump. So what's going on? So I gave an explanation. And therefore, if you guys agree with the reason and ways that I choose to move on with my business, then you guys will have that respect. But if you guys can still respect my business, but it's just not affordable for you, I totally understand that too. So this is just where I'm basically explaining myself, what the new rules are, and so on. And then I also wanted to add in a little, you know, motivational 2-second speech that's just like, you can't settle as a business owner. People are going to tell you so many times what to do and how to do things, but it's like, don't forget that you are the creator of whatever you are talented with or about or whatever you are gifted with. So just don't be the people pleaser. Like, it tore me apart for a long time, okay? Alright, so now on the home page again, there is a must read section. So I'm going to move through this a little bit quicker because there's so much information on my website. So here we have a COVID-19 policy. Oh God, you guys. I'm not vaccinated, but I think everyone should wear their mask, vaccinated or not. I understand people get vaccinated just so they don't have to wear the mask. But if you guys haven't heard, vaccinated people can still transmit this disease. So we're not going to do that. Some people come to my house sick just to get their hair done, and it's so unfair to the braider or the business person, whoever. It's so disrespectful. If you know that you're sick, do not come into somebody's house sick. Why are you putting them in danger like that? I never understand that. But anyway. So now my requirements are that you are washed and blow dried. So now let's get into the professionalism part. There's a lot of braiders that are very rude on their website. We do like to use a lot of capital letters and bolded letters just to be specific. But there are some braiders that are like, if you have 4C hair, you need to press your hair, straighten your hair, do all these things. And I'm like, oh wow, like that's a lot more than expected. I mean, the thing is that people have their own businesses and they can do what they please with it. But the truth is, are they going to get as much business as someone who is willing to actually care for somebody's hair? The point of a protective style as a braider is to make sure that you're not putting a lot of heat on your hair. It's just to tuck away your hair. It's to protect it in its natural state. And the way that we're already manipulating our hair is blow drying it just to make the process easier. We're not even doing our hair in our natural state anyway. So now just to add on the extra step of straightening your hair is like, really? It's a lot. So yeah, I don't necessarily agree with that, but yeah. For me as well, with the same requirement, being properly washed and blow dried, I am not a cosmetologist or licensed cosmetologist. So I don't want to start dealing with all the natural hair, especially in my house. Like, I don't have a kitchen sink. I don't want everybody's gunk and nasty, like, you know, residue in my kitchen sink. I just don't want that. So, and then same thing as if when I was traveling, I'm not trying to be in your sink either. So yeah, that's how that would work. That's why I require the wash and blow dry thing. The funny thing about that is that it's like some people don't wash their hair good, and then it's like, what do you do then? The stress. It's like I want to make a whole nother thing on how you can properly wash your hair for your braided appointment, and it's like, dang, do I really got to do that? But some people really are not good at washing their hair. I used to be one of them, so I'm not blaming just you, or if you're bad at it, like, it happens. But my best advice is to try your best. Some of us don't even try, and some braiders can tell. So yeah, with the same requirement, you have to bring pre-stretched hair. And let me tell you something. A lot of people I've noticed do not like pre-stretched hair because of how thin it is. I totally respect your preference. But at the end of the day, they made pre-stretched hair for it to be easier for braiders. If you notice back in the day, a lot of the styles back then were literally taking 8 hours. Like 8, 10, 12 hours. And I'm like, what? I don't get it. So it's just like pre-stretched hair saves so much time. Like, it can save us an hour worth of time. And it's like, you don't want to sit in the chair for an hour. The braider for sure don't want to be braiding for an extra hour, or at least working for an extra hour. So let's just make our life easier. Let's do that. And so I charge an extra $15 if you don't let me know. And even if you let me know, that's just what it costs, because time is money, y'all. Let's get into this. Time is money. I know y'all know, okay? If y'all don't know, then get with the program, because your time is money and so is mine. Whew, I'm out of breath, y'all. We got the travel free assignment, okay? Ooh, someone text me. Okay, I'm back. My camera came off. So now we're going to talk about this travel fee. So in the past, I charged no more than $20 for a travel fee. And I would travel no more than 30 miles. Now, in LA, traffic is a mother, we know, okay? So, I had instances where I've had to travel from somewhere like Irvine, if you guys are familiar with Cali, somewhere in Irvine to somewhere deep in LA, like North Hollywood, whatever. That time frame, oh my god. I would leave, say my appointment starts at 4. I would leave my appointment that I had before maybe at 2:33. I never got there on time. It just would never happen. On top of me having to eat. Like, I had to eat. So I had to stop somewhere, get some food, wait in the drive-thru. The traffic hour is already high because everyone's gonna get off of work soon. And it's just like, I had to increase my travel fee. And I did a number, which is 45, which is becoming my favorite number right now, because I just know that I don't want to be played with anymore. Like, I just realized, you know, I'm not the biggest tipper either, but it's like I travel to someone's house, and yeah, you might have to pay for my gas, but again, it was no more than $20. Like, I think I would charge like at least $10 or $15, which I feel like that's not that bad. Gas in California is high. It's like $5 right now. So I feel like I was reasonable. So yeah, so now I decided to make it to where I feel comfortable enough to basically kind of include a tip for myself, depending on how far it is. I decreased my travel limit because I felt like I didn't even have time to sit down to eat a peaceful meal. Like, and then when traveling to someone's house, I don't always have the right chairs or the right space, or sometimes it was difficult. Like, kids are small, so when I did their hair, I'd probably be on my knees for about 4 hours. Like, it was, traveling was a lot for me. So I felt like, okay, you know what? I'll still offer travel. My clients won't like it, but this is how much I want to charge for it, because this is what I feel like it's going to be worth for me. And to be fair enough, I feel like it's the best thing I could have done. It makes me feel so much better. So any additional fees? So we have the late fees, off day, and squeezing fees. So it's crazy because one of my clients mentioned an off day, or no, a squeezing fee. So this is what braiders will do, because they be really making money by doing this. What they'll do is, a client would have booked an appointment. They send their deposit. Then they cancel. Then that braider keeps their deposit, right? But then, just then, they'll say, oh, look, I have a squeeze-in available for the time that that client had canceled originally. But really, it's just another open appointment because someone canceled. But how a braider will maximize off of this is by saying it's a squeeze-in because now I have that time available. Someone had canceled. So now I'm going to charge you an extra, I don't know, $30 on top of the deposit that I've received from someone else canceling, and now you're filling in this person's spot. And I'm like, that really makes it a squeeze-in? Okay. So I have to pay extra because someone else canceled? Okay. That is difficult because I highly disagree with that idea of ripping someone off. It's really, really painful. It's really, really bothersome. Like, a squeeze-in is when you find extra time, like after your business hours, on your off days, before your business hours. Those are squeeze-in fees. Or if you feel like, okay, this is my lunch break, I know I can do an appointment here and I need the extra money, or I just want the extra money, or I want to help this girl out, or whatever the case is, that's a squeeze-in. But a squeeze-in is not when someone cancels and then you fill in someone else's spot and make it a squeeze-in to make extra money. That's not fair, and it's not cute, boo. But anyway, long story short, for me, I don't take the late fee serious. Like, I'm a late person. I've always been late. Sometimes traffic is really a thing. You really can't control that. And I mean, I only have maximum about 2 clients a day because I do long services. So Now we're going to talk about prices. Okay, honey. I want to talk about my most expensive prices and why I charge this much. So I have this medium knotless braids. Those take about 5 hours and I charge $200 now. I used to charge $140, so I went up $60. I know it's a big jump, but again, like I mentioned before, LA ain't cheap. I live by myself. Some people don't tip, and you're not required to tip. You're not. But sometimes I felt like, dang, I really did deserve a little bit more. So that way I had to charge what I felt like I deserved. And then on top of that, what's it called? My services now are a little bit different because I'm not traveling as much, but I'm providing, you know, some water, some snacks. I'm allowing you to choose whatever you want to watch. You know, I'm trying to be as professional as possible, make you as comfortable as possible. I throw on the heater when we're cold. Like, I do whatever I can to make you feel comfortable so that you have the best experience in my chair. I feel like I sacrifice a lot, or not a lot, but I sacrifice like basically what is needed to make my client feel comfortable enough to come back. Like, that's what I want, a recurring client. So I do the best that I can with that. And I just feel like that is worthy of $200. Plus, you're going to keep your braids in, hopefully, for a month and a half. If not, then is braids really for you? I don't know. But it's really up to you what you're willing to pay for and how long you're willing to keep them in. That's really all you can pretty much determine for yourself. But yeah, so medium knotless is that much. Then what else? We have things that are in the 200s and almost 500s. We have butterfly locks. So the medium short size, the medium shoulder length one is $230. I don't think that's bad because you can literally do or go 2 to 3 months wearing this style. Like 2 months, 230, what's that divided by 2? Siri, what's 230 divided by 2? 115. So you paid $115 each month if you kept them in for 2 months. If you did a third month, you paid less than that. You know, like, I feel like that's a regular great price. You get it, and the hair is provided. So let's not forget, you're paying for the hair too. So I'm getting paid less. I'm probably getting paid about $200 instead of $230. Who knows? I haven't done all the math on it, but that's what I believe. Then the next one was this medium armpit mid-back length. So again, I'm doing all of this hand wrap too. None of this is like with the crochet style, whatever. So the butterfly locks that are armpit length, mid-back length, $450. Took me 8 hours to do it for my first time. And I do think that they would take out, I do think that it would take 8 hours again on someone else. So it was a medium size. It wasn't even medium. So it was about like 45 to 50 locks, and God, it took a long time. So again, like the price, you're gonna keep them in for about 2 to 4 months. You can go 4 months. I wouldn't recommend going 4 months without washing your hair, but you can. It's really up to you. You could go about 2 to 3 months, I would say, on the safer side. But again, this style, super cute. When it's messy, it still looks fire. If you have edges and you like to play with them, you can make your style look brand new by just doing your edges each time. Again, it's a really great protective style. It covers all of your hair. So it's just like a lot to factor in, especially then again, labor. Labor is charged, you know, for that service. Like, you expect me not to eat, right? I can basically only stop to use the restroom. Like, that's just what I choose to do. Butterfly locks and the soft locks are my most expensive styles. Let me know what y'all think about that. Okay, my camera's gonna die. You know what? We're gonna save the braider experiences for another time, but in advance, I love you guys so much. Thank you guys for supporting. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Love you. Peace.